you gotta understand that writing music about other people or your romantic experiences or your personal life
You have to
problems,
consider the other person.
you have to consider the other person, because it might be nice for you and that song might pop off, but what if it's too much for them, too personal for them?
You know how it is. We're back here. How do I say it? YVES?
Eve, yeah.
YVES. We're here with YVES. How do I say the other one? Narcissus?
Yeah, perfect, bro. Perfect.
Narcissus, yeah. YVES Narcissus. You know how it is, the Indian Post Malone based in Dubai.
I like that, bro. I like that. Come on.
Mr. Rockster, bro. Man's got his own style, got his own vibe of music. I've been listening to him for a bit. Chill guy. We've had encounters at the World Cup and at Dubai frat parties.
Right here, bro. Right outside.
Right here, man's was wasted that night. And we're just out here, man, to talk about how he came to where he is now. He's an artist with over 250,000 streams on his music. People in 150 plus countries listen to this guy.
This guy is doing mad mathematics.
What? Man's like YVES and he's just getting started. But then it seems like, you know, it's nothing major because of where he is. I'm sure if you had his numbers somewhere else, you have like paparazzi at the back, you know, taking stuff. Because to me, bro, you're doing big bits, but I feel like maybe you're not just in the right place to feel the impact you've actually made already. What do you feel?
Bro, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, I think that it boils down more to the fact that my sound is a bit weird, you know?
Yeah.
Out here, you have people who come from all over the world.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like they come with their own taste, but if you're here for long enough, you kind of develop that Dubai taste for music and art. And I think that when someone's doing something that's it's not even too weird. I think I changed too much because I changed my mind about the sound or the direction I'm going in. So I think as much as it might be a problem with where I'm at, because like, and no one stays here. There's like not a lot of people. Yeah, not a lot of people grow up here and like have that sound that they follow. Like in England or the US, you grow up listening to this specific sound from your place, and you get to like that, and that becomes your identity. Maybe, you know, you branch out and stuff, but I think out here a lot of people leave, a lot of people come late in their lives, and I think it's very difficult for an artist to establish that listener base here.
Yeah, it is difficult. I don't know much. I don't think there's more than 5 artists that are really big outside Dubai, that are based in Dubai, that this is where their base is.
Yeah.
And but then all the big artists outside Dubai, they come here and they thrive. You feel me? Like facts. American, UK, name it. They come here and everyone knows them. But then the artists from Dubai, it's so hard to like come out, you know?
That's what I've been told so many times, and you know, I've kind of started to believe it as I get older. But a lot of people say, you know, use your time here wisely.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot you can do in Dubai. There's a lot of doors that open.
A lot of opportunities, for sure.
You would have to work for a lot longer and a lot harder to have certain opportunities that you get here from doing a lot less.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that, but also accept the fact that you are probably not gonna find your audience. You know.
Yeah.
Especially because it's important to remember as well, like, bro, English is not the language here culturally and historically is Arabic, you know?
Yeah.
So to be doing stuff in English, and then also I'm Indian, you know? It's like mad confusing as well culturally. So I think like gotta take advantage of the opportunities that come here.
Yeah.
But definitely also kind of at some point accept that maybe my audience isn't here. And I've watched it for years on my stats and stuff. It's never been a lot of listeners from the UAE or the Middle East even.
It's London, Canada, Australia.
Facts, which, you know,
very surprising.
Yeah, it's been like that for a long time as well. And I've always embraced it, to be honest, because then you're kind of selling them this mystique of like an alternative side of Dubai, because a lot of them might not have been here and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like in a way, like I am playing this role where I'm
one of the founding fathers.
Yeah.
Because then in 10 years, when Dubai artists start popping off, it's going to be because of people like you, Freak, Moflo, all these guys that like struggled to break the barrier.
But that's the thing though. I think there's a lot of people who came before me and tried and stuff. I would definitely place myself as part of like that newer school.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely coming with something a bit different for sure. But I think like the Freaks and Moflos, bro, they've been like, when I first started making music, they were already like, I already looked up to them, you know. Yeah. So I think that they're like a couple of levels ahead in the game. And they're the ones who kind of set that blueprint for everyone and show them that maybe it is possible to make music in Dubai and do that as your job, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because you grow up and a lot of people tell you that it's like it's something you do on the side and it's a hobby or whatever.
Yeah.
But you see those guys and from right here they're doing it. So I think like I gotta give them their flowers, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Respect. But I feel the way you're going and the way like the trend is going, there's all eyes in Dubai, in Middle East in general, sports wise, art wise, and all these things. So you never know. It might just happen, but this is the year that something crazy happens and it blows up. So you can't stop until then, because you never know. Because if you stop, you're never gonna find out.
Facts,
you know, the more you f around, the more you're gonna find out. You know that stuff.
Damn, come on. Yeah.
So like, let's go back to the beginning, bro. Yeah. When did you discover your love and your ability to make music, your love for music?
So I would say there was a long gap between when I discovered that I love music and then when I would say I was like, okay, maybe I can actually make music.
Yeah.
But it started off when I was in school, man. When I was young, I used to I started playing the guitar. But honestly, I picked it up because like those times, bro. This was like 2009, 10.
2009.
Yeah. Like I was young, bro. I was young.
Yeah.
Bro, I was trying to find a way to impress girls and stuff. So I said, let me start playing the guitar, you know.
Smart.
I swear. And then from there, like I would do small performances and stuff with just the guitar, no singing. I'd find someone else to sing.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was like, okay, let me try singing as well. I would say it was quite bad, but you know, when you're young, like everyone's watching, they're like, oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
So I kind of ran with it. I did like choirs and I acted in plays. And okay, I'm saying I acted, yeah. But if someone's watching this who was in those plays with me, they would know I was in the background, you know. I was dead as a backup dancer, bro. But all of that is like, I would say, is like the building blocks to realizing that maybe I enjoy being creative and doing this kind of stuff. So from there, when I came to Dubai, I think because it was like a fresh start, you know, I moved here when I was 14.
So you were doing this back in
Kuwait.
India?
In Kuwait, man. I was in
Kuwait.
Yeah, I was born and raised there, actually.
You were born and raised in Kuwait?
Fun fact, yeah.
That's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. I don't think I've said that before.
What?
Yeah.
So man's was playing guitar for the Kuwaiti ladies, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. It was an international school, so you know,
that's mad.
Yeah, man. And when I came to Dubai, it was like a fresh start and shit. Yeah. By then, I had already like developed my taste in music. I knew I wanted to be like Drake, bro. I have to give him credit. Like, well, that is my goal. Even though the music I make is so different to what he makes, it's like at that time I was like, bro, I want to be like Drake. You know? So I saw someone was selling a USB mic on Facebook. Yeah, they posted it. I hit him up. I was like, bro, can you give me like a good price? I think I bought it for like 30 dirham. But those days, you know, when your parents is giving you 100 dirham for the week, I was like, that's expensive, you know. Yeah. Got that, and I tried to make music, Drake type beats, Jeezy type beats
on YouTube, like that.
Yeah, and I wanted to be a rapper, like 100%. I was gonna rap, bro. I was gonna become Dubai's hardest rapper. So I would say I started with that. So I completely left the guitars and stuff. I was like rapping, and I used to do Facebook covers when I first came here with the guitar.
Oh damn!
Yeah, like I would post them on Facebook, and like, you know, for me it was again like just self-advertising, you know.
Yeah, that's when Facebook was good.
I swear, bro. I swear, like I would get so gassed with the likes, the comments. You know? I was just doing it for that, to be honest. I don't even think I enjoyed it that much. But yeah, once I got this this mic, started rapping. It was shit, bro. I can't even lie. It was so shit.
You gotta pull up one of your raps. I swear,
oh my days, bro. If I pull it
you
up,
gotta pull it
bro,
up.
I won't even be able to look you in the eye after. It was that bad. And the worst part is I probably started that when I was 15. Yeah. And I didn't stop rapping till I was in my second year of uni. Maybe even even after I graduated, I came back to Dubai and I was still making a bit of rap.
Came back to Dubai? Where did you do uni?
I went to uni in the UK.
In the UK? London?
Yeah. No, Nottingham.
Nottingham?
Yeah.
Nice. Another fun fact.
Another fun fact, yeah.
Kuwait, Dubai, Nottingham.
I swear, bro. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
But yeah,
nice.
I was still rapping, bro. And I kept telling people around me that I wanted to try singing, like do a bit of singing, like do some R&B traps type stuff. But you know, it was quite tough to break free of that. Mm-hmm. But I think in lockdown is when it really changed. That's when I decided, like, look, I really got to be realistic about this. Who the fuck wants to hear me specifically, like with my background and like the lifestyle that I live, rapping, you know? It was a lot of lies. Everything I wrote was a lie. try. Every bar was a line. I was making it look like, me and my friends were some gangsters. I swear, bro. Embarrassing. And imagine I was like 21 at the time. 21. Bro, like the lack of self-awareness up until lockdown. Like in lockdown, I was feeling a bit down on myself. And I was like, wait a minute. I can never be that person.
Yeah.
And it was never going to blow. Like there was no chance that shit would have blown. But I'm saying at the time, I still thought it could. And I was like, what if it fucking blows? And I have to be this person for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be who I am inside.
Word.
So
that's how to find what you really want to do.
Facts.
And your true self. Like, what if you succeed? Is that really what you want to do?
Exactly. I couldn't see it as like a long-term thing. I couldn't play that persona for long enough.
Yeah, it's to come out,
I swear. And once I dropped that shit, everything changed, bro. Like even the way I dress and stuff.
Bro.
Like at the time I was wearing Nike Tech fleece, had a buzz cut, grew my beard out nice and long.
Yeah, with the silver hair and the beard.
No tattoos.
That look.
I was just like, I was trying to play that character. Not that the tattoos would have made it, the no tattoos were making it better, but like it just wasn't me. And then I didn't feel like that.
I feel you. So like you said you went to Nottingham in the UK. What did you study?
I studied media, bro. Media and communications.
So it had something to do with like music.
That's the thing. I didn't want to study like music because I don't think that, if you do something creative and you're proud of it, I don't think someone should come and tell you like, yo, this is your grade on that. Because, it's the same way. It's the same way.
How can you grade creativity?
Yeah. It's like when I put music out, I know some people aren't going to like it and I know a few are going to like it.
Yeah.
But imagine you're putting your whole education on that shit, like on that one grade that someone really might not understand the vision.
That's true. That's true. I think like if most of the artists, imagine you have to go to university to be like a proper musician, like we won't experience such creativity or genius from some people.
A lot of the best artists I know have zero background in music education. Yeah. Even like, when people are younger, they do like their piano lessons or like a lot of the best people that I've met have never done any of that shit. They literally one day picked up a mic and maybe they were trash at first, but like
it's better to be street smart with creativity than book smart.
Facts. And I always think about Seki Supervillain, man.
Seki,
because zero background in music, but when you watch this guy work in the studio, I would say like to me in person, I've never seen anyone like that. Like the way he finds melodies and creates and like it's all in his head,
music
from
is
his
a
life
very
experience.
Technical and very creative thing to do, like because you have to literally, like you said, make melodies, you have to convoke the human emotion, like there's so much details. Bro, I didn't know, until I met a fellow artist and now I'm hearing it from you again. There's so many things you have to think of and consider.
And for me personally, like when I start thinking about the technical side of it too much, like am I doing this fancy stuff here or there, like it completely kills the fun. Like for me the fun is like just getting mashed up, going studio, recording, seeing what happens, and I don't think there's any right or wrong way. Like people can tell me, loads of people have told me like the way I make music is wrong or the way I perform is wrong for this reason or that reason, but for me it's like if people are enjoying it and I'm enjoying it, then what's wrong about it?
Then just piss off.
But that's exactly, and that's the music theory. That's what happens when you focus too much on the music theory. Like these people are probably educated in that shit, and they're like analyzing it as if it's like something to study, but it's not. It's just something you listen to or something you watch and enjoy. Like.
Exactly. You can't put creativity in a box. There's you can't take this. Oh, do this.
Facts.
You might start from down and then go up. Some people start from left and then come up. Everyone has a different journeys with creativity.
And there's a lot of elitism with like any form of creativity where someone feels they know more, they're more experienced, and they're gonna shit on you. I'm sure it's like that with you and fashion, modeling.
Yeah, sometimes you get that. Facts. But like at the end of the day, you're just good because you have longer time in this field. Obviously, there's some things that you can help me with. But when it comes down to my original creativity, you can't really do much about that.
Trust. It's unique, man.
Exactly. You can tell me how to promote maybe that kind of general stuff, but you can tell me how to come up with a song. I feel like is that what you mean? Yeah.
Facts.
So
how to come up with a song, how to perform, how to do it. Really,
you have to have your original flow.
Yeah. Especially since I started singing, I noticed it a lot more because obviously, like singing it is more technical. You know, rapping is obviously technical, but there's no right way to do it because there's so many different styles and shit. But with singing, true. Like there's objectively some things that people can call out. But I always tell them I'm just having fun with it. I'm not trying to be the best the best singer or the best artist. I'm just trying to be the best version of Eve that I can be. I've got to accept that. I always say this, I am not the most talented artist, not even in Dubai or in my friend group or whatever. Yeah. But I enjoy doing it, and I also know how to sell it, man. I think that's important. That's something that people don't think about.
How the hell did you get to 250,000 people listening to your songs, bro? That is insane. That's 250,000 people. That's mad. You know how many artists who fucking do anything to have that?
Bro, for a long time, I'd been trying to figure out how to get your music heard and stuff. And what I noticed, especially when I was younger, is a lot of artists who are more established than you, even if it's like a little bit, one level ahead. Like no one wants to share that information because
that's secret.
They feel that it makes whatever they achieved less. You know, if you're achieving the same amount. But for me personally, it's like you gotta grind on so many levels. That's more than music, you know. Focus on your socials, playlisting, man. No one told me about playlisting. You got, there's so many different websites where you can pitch your music to curators of playlists. It's way easier when you conform to one genre. Like I think it's way more of a sure thing. Playlisting, collaborating with artists. If an artist is bigger than you and you want to make a song with them, DM them. 99% of the time they're gonna reply to you, even if it is to say no or maybe work a bit harder, or even if they want to charge you. Like explore all of these avenues to promoting your music. Because the mistake I made at first is I would put music out and then just wait for it to blow up, but it's not gonna blow up.
Never happens like that.
You're not even gonna get a few listeners if you don't share it with someone. It's only gonna be you listening to it.
Exactly.
And don't fall in the trap of buying streams, man. Buying streams or plays or views or likes or whatever, because that shit in the long run, it's literally just you and yourself. Like all of those stats are, you know what I mean? All of those stats are bots. Like they don't exist. And I think that's important to prioritize real shit. Like if you're a musician, prioritize real listeners. If you're making reels and TikToks, prioritize real viewers, because they're the ones who are gonna interact and follow your shit and be there, and you know, one day buy your merch or come to your show. And I think thinking long term is super important, because I made a mistake when I was younger, when I was a rapper. Shout out to Lord Surish. That was my rap name.
Lord
Surish, yeah.
Lord Surish.
Yeah, fuck's sake, man. But I made a mistake, you know, because I would see, like, I had a few songs on Spotify that showed, like, less than 1,000 streams. I just went on Google and typed in buy streams, buy 1,000 streams. And at first, you know, I was posting it on my social thanks for my first 1,000 streams, but I was like, fuck. Like, behind the scenes, I'm like, now every time I drop a song, I need to buy 1,000 streams. Like, if you can't. If you look at my discography on Spotify, for example, some songs have a lot of streams and others don't and stuff. But at least I can rest peacefully every night knowing that, like, it's actual people have heard that.
It's real.
Yeah, it's not like bot X and bot Y and the next time I drop, I'm gonna have to spend like even more than last time. But definitely invest in your craft, though. Invest in promoting legit stuff. Invest in promoting yourself. I would say Instagram ads are a bit dead these days.
TikTok ads are popping.
TikTok ads. That's
Snapchat,
something that,
even low key.
There's so many ways. If you're
ways. You just need to be smart about it.
You need to be smart about it.
Like, you can literally go into a Facebook group, a WhatsApp group. There's thousands of people in these groups, you know. It's little places.
Every time I drop, it's not just me as well. Like, I know my boy Sizer and VA, they do the same thing. Where they all of us, like, bro, just get that post that you make, hit the share button, share it to every single person that you've spoken to recently. If they come up on that thing, you either speak to them a lot or you spoke to them recently, and like,
exactly.
Okay, maybe not everyone's gonna reply or even be interested, and that's fine. I don't take it personally, but I'd rather say like, hey man,
you tried.
Because on Instagram, if you make a post and it's organic, no one's seeing that.
I don't think no one, like, even if they see a post that new music out, people are so lazy to go to your bio and click that link. Oh my god, like it's, and I don't blame them also, because there's like 1,000 posts you're looking at, you know.
It's like when the song drops, I've noticed, especially since I started doing reels, the reel always has more views than the song has plays, you know.
You
combined
understand?
On all streaming platforms.
Exactly. My reels having not a lot of views, but way more views than people that actually listen to the podcast, you know. And most people that listen to the podcast, it's true stories, put the link in the story, because then they can click it immediately. But reels and posts, it doesn't really work like that. You're just feeding Instagram. You're not feeding yourself, because it doesn't go back back to your streams and all that stuff.
Nothing, and that's why I sometimes get frustrated, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was saying this recently to the boys over the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
I was like, it feels like you put a lot of effort into this stuff, when actually, like, I could have been working smarter. Like, instead of like spending so much time and effort making this video for reels, it's 30 seconds long and they're watching like 10. Like, instead, just shorten the process and focus more on the music that I actually put out, like the playlisting side of things.
Because editing all those reels and TikToks and promotion material, it takes a lot of time, bro.
Facts.
And then someone just does this, like they don't swipe up, bro. It pisses me off, bro.
That is.
But there's like also a million people doing what we're doing.
Exactly, and that's the thing. You gotta accept it and embrace it, man.
It's like so competitive.
Even if you think you're different, like, bro, I've invested so much effort and time into being this person who I know. Like, if I go out, I feel different, you know.
Yeah.
But I still see people like me online. So you are not unique. You are not original. Embrace it, though. Just do your thing.
Embrace your duplicate.
Yeah. But do be yourself, though. I think being yourself is important because people can feel that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you can go to your room and vibe with yourself and be happy, like truly in your room when you're alone, I feel like you can then take that energy and to show outside.
Facts.
You feel me? But some people rely on their happiness through others. You feel me?
Validation.
Validation from others is what makes them happy. They go home and like, yeah, this person called me cool.
Yeah.
Instead of going home and be like, look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking cool. You feel me? Shit like that.
You got to back yourself.
You got to back yourself. You got to love yourself entirely, bro. I like my Instagram post.
Me too. Bro, I get shit for that, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand.
They're like, oh, why are you liking? Bro, I'm like, what is this one extra like? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm doing it for the numbers.
It's not haram, habibi.
Yeah, it's just, bro, if you don't support yourself, how can you expect other people to support you, you know?
Like, if I just like it and then some of my boys like it, okay, I'm valid, I'm good.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
And after that, it's like Khaliwali, bro.
That's it.
But yeah, like, how was it in London? Did you do music in London that much? How was the scene?
So that's the thing I would say.
In England, sorry.
Yeah, in England is when I started to take it a bit more seriously because it was the first time I went to the studio. Shout out Liati from Element Studio, man.
Liati?
Liati. L-I-A-T-I. Love is all there is, man. Sick producer.
It's a producer.
Yeah, mad engineer. He owns the studio. It's called Elements in Nottingham.
Yeah.
Huge artists have recorded there, and I would say there, like, even though I went and was recording rap music initially, he's the first person that one day we had like 20 minutes at the end, and he was like, look, you paid for the session, what do you want to do? Like, we finished everything that we came here to do. I was like, look, actually I had this idea for a song, but it's a bit different, like, I'm gonna sing on it. And we did it in like the 20 minutes, just recorded it quickly, and he was the one who kept going, bro, this is actually you. Like, he's like, the rap stuff is cool and like I get why you do it, but he's like, this is you. Like, that song, that song was like proper, like from the heart. It wasn't even from the heart, but it was closer to being from the heart.
It was way closer to you than rap.
Exactly. And he gassed it up, bro. He was like, stick with this, like let's do this, let's finish the song. We finished that, I put it out, you know, people were actually like, yo, this is not bad, dude. Yeah, even though I did
just that one moment, just that 20 minutes, like, literally defined
trust. I still look back to that because if he didn't give me that confidence, I remember some like bigger rappers from Nottingham had come in, and he was like, yo, let me try and pattern you to do a hook for them, you know, because I really believe in your singing and your vocals and shit. And even though that didn't really work out, bro, to me, like, being young and in the studio and hearing someone in a completely new country, like, back in it, I was like, bro, maybe it gave me a bit of confidence, and that confidence took a long time to build to get to the point where I was like, okay, fuck you guys, if you're telling me to do rap, I'm gonna sing.
Exactly. And that's when validation comes in. That's when validation can be good. You can have as much confidence as you want to have, but the moment, like music, you're doing it for people to listen. Or as long as you're doing something for people, for them to enjoy it or to like it, you need some sort of validation. And getting validation from someone who is like a master at their craft like that, who knows their shit, is really good, because now it's not from people, it's from a person. Quality over quantity.
And I would say as well, it's important that to be patient with that validation. Like, if that's something that you're seeking, because honestly, as an artist or even a creator, I think that deep down inside, everyone's seeking validation in some form, you know. Maybe it's not that like straight up like you're the coolest guy ever type of thing, but
some sort of validation. It's there. We all seek it.
And I think that the problem is with someone who just starts creating, whether it's music music, or you're doing your short form video, is they prioritize that, and that becomes everything that's in it. So
that's the goal for them now.
Yeah, if you drop something, whether it's a video or music or whatever, and it doesn't pop off, you do 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not really working out. You're not getting that feedback that you want. And then if you're only doing it for validation, you'll quit.
Yeah, exactly.
But do it because you love it. Do it because it's something that makes you happy. If you're watching your shit or listening to your music and you're like, bro, this is cool, like I'm proud of this, be proud of it, embrace that shit.
Exactly.
One day someone will.
One day someone will vibe with it.
Yeah.
Because even me, for this podcast, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I could go over 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Because if I could do 10 episodes, that means I'm valid.
Yeah.
That means I actually like doing this, and I've already passed so many hardships, because the technical hardships, falling sick, camera is missing, like stuff like that,
Mic stops
working, all these other things that was like and then you post it up, make so many. There's a time I was putting out 14 reels a week for each podcast episode, and now that's too much. Now I'm just trying to make teasers, because teasers will make you want to listen to the episode. If I just post clips, people listen to it there and khalas, they don't need to go listen,
They're done, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to start putting teasers now, but I had to reach a certain level and be like, okay, now I know this is valid. I know I'm going to do this for a long time now. So now people start chipping in like, oh, I listened to your podcast after episode 10.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like I've been promoting it since episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't listen, but episode 10, they listened to 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And that's how it is in most fields, like you just need 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, 1 week to pop off, and people will be on you, like they'll ride your shit.
And that's why it's important to build a catalog, man, like to have that CV or whatever, maybe,
Yeah.
That's why I always say, like, no song that you drop at the start is wasted, because people are going back. I know when I discover a new artist, I'm not just listening to the song.
Exactly.
I'm going to like the 2012 to see what they were doing. Yeah. And there might be a banger there,
Exactly, bro. So, like if anyone discovers Travis, you're gonna listen to 90210.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to his songs back then. You start listening to Kanye today. You listen to the High School Dropout. Yeah. So anyone you discover, you want to see their origin.
Facts.
So if you like some people, they post for example a song or a picture on Instagram as simple as that, and then they delete it because it doesn't get them that validation or result they want.
That's the thing.
But then it might pop off next year. You feel me?
Trust. Even now, as like my sound has become, like with the last drop, there's a lot more of like that rock element, and it's super different to the first song I dropped as Eve Narcissist. But I still keep it on, even though like sometimes it like itches me a bit, because I'm like, I'm never gonna make a song like that again, and I don't want people to listen to this and like that, and then they're disappointed. But then I think like
it's part of you.
Yeah, that song exists, and it's a part of the journey to why
exactly.
I came here. And actually, even though every project or every couple of months it seems like I changed the direction I'm going in, there's still a story there.
It's a journey. Nothing is like finite,
And I love when my favorite artists, experiment and shit. Even though some stuff I might not like, but I'm happy to see that they're expressing themselves. Cool. Yeah, you're spreading your wings. But a lot of people don't think that way as well. Like, I know a lot of people would be upset if they liked an artist and they started doing some other shit.
Exactly. But those are not your true fans. They're just listeners.
Facts.
Fans will vibe with you no matter what you do.
Facts. I only have one guy. You know who you are? Bro, since I was rapping, I would say 2016, he's been on my IG, like gassing up everything from like the rap to now, like
those long real words, bro.
One person. I was scrolling through our chat and I realized, like, bro, for years and years he's been supporting it. Yeah. But it's just one person. I would say I have friends who don't even support it. Yeah. But that's fine. I by the way, don't hold that against anyone.
Same. I don't take it personal when you don't listen.
Because the thing is, it's music. Like the same way my friends have artists that they like that I don't like, or like sometimes they put a song on and I'm like, bro, this is whack, and it's their favorite song. Bro, that's why like I see a lot of musicians, especially up and coming, or they're still in the trenches. We're all still in the trenches, by the way, but I see them, they're like, oh man, like real ones will support me and shit. But actually they don't owe that to you and your creativity and what you like. Cool, it's nice. If I know sometimes it does touch me, like, because a lot of my friends, it's not their type of music, but it touches me when they do gas it up or interact and stuff, but not expecting it. And I think it makes your life a lot more peaceful when you're not, because I remember when I used to rap, I know everyone listens to rap,
Yeah.
So I dropped the song.
Like,
be
why?
I'm like, bro, all of you are fucking fake, man. Don't chat to me tomorrow. I swear. Because, bro, I was like, how is this possible? You know?
Yeah, I feel you.
But again, like now that I've grown so much and taken a step back from that, I look back and I'm like, I get why people have different tastes when it comes to rap, you know?
Exactly.
And that was objectively trash, you know? So
you can't blame them, you know?
I swear.
But that's why if you're actually good, even if they don't support you at the beginning, because some people are scared of being at the front seats. I don't blame them, you know? So when you blow up, when you get like your audience will be like, they'll hop on. And that's not a hit to them. And some people are just like that.
They're in the front seat with no seatbelt.
Yeah.
That's important to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is, man, when you're on that journey with someone and it's like I'm driving and you're all in the front seat with no seatbelt. You just trust me, like, so you know. It's fine because, you know, sometimes I don't even trust myself.
Exactly. It's risky.
I swear.
Because if I crash, we crash.
Yeah, that's it.
But then if you like watch till I drive like for like a couple of months, like, okay, this guy's a good driver.
Thanks.
And now I can hop on the bus, you know, I can hop on the train. Okay, cool. But as long as you keep on doing what you're doing and you're actually good, everyone's going to eventually hop on.
But I think it's also important for people to see that you have a vision, you know, you have a direction. Yeah. Even if it's not where they want to go. Yeah. Like they're still going to be more comfortable with sitting in that car, you know.
People love, imagine just driving. Yeah. Like, where are you going?
Like I swear, I find it as well, like when I see other artists who are doing their thing and trying to come up and stuff, like it's so clear when someone knows the direction they're heading in and they're just doing it unapologetically. I think that's important to not be conforming to that shit, because it goes the other way as well. When you hear someone and they're making some shit that you know exactly what inspired them to make this shit, because there's a song that's popping now, popped off a few months ago or some shit, and I'm like, you know what, to each their own, but to me it doesn't really hit me, you know, because I'm like, there's already a song like this,
you just hopped on it,
that's popped off, you know. There's no point in doing that.
You're just riding the trend. That's a very touchy subject. Riding trends can introduce you to an audience,
it can blow you up, but it can also like make your existing audience lose touch with you. And most importantly though, I think if you're not careful with the whole like hopping on trends thing with music especially, you can lose yourself.
Exactly.
You can lose yourself. Like recently, man, I was sat down like, okay, you know, I've made so much music last year that's from my heart. A lot of it hasn't dropped yet, but you know, I did that and I was like, now let me challenge myself to make something that could pop off on like the reels and the TikToks and stuff. And I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, but I realized, like, listening back to it this morning, that's not me. It's not me. You gotta accept sometimes that that's not you. And
if it eventually pops off, you're gonna be scared of actually being the real
going
you.
back. I'll be trapped in that box. Like, I'm now making songs.
You're gonna be trapped.
Facts. I would rather make a song and then, like, just by chance someone uses it for their TikTok or reel than like make something specific for that. But respect to people who do as well, because
it's
the ones who do it on a consistent basis is not fucking it. Drake tried bare times before he got a few off. You know what I mean?
It's not like, easy at all.
Tuesday Slide, man. That was specifically like came with the dance that you could do on TikTok. It didn't pop like that.
Exactly.
But other songs he's done, like 21, like that popped off. I don't know if he meant it, but you know what I mean? Like, I think it's better when you just focus on the art, have fun, like be you.
Exactly, because it seems that the real you might not pop off, but it will be original, and the people that like your original will love you.
Fact.
Like for me, I rather have 100 people like my picture and comment than 1,000 people like it. You feel me? 100 comments or 1,000 likes, will you choose?
100 comments, man, no doubt. No
you
doubt.
Know?
Even now when I look at someone's profile, I don't know, I'm actually looking at the comments because, bro, these days, what does a like mean?
What does it mean?
It's the comments. It's someone who's gone out of their way while they're scrolling through a million pieces of content and they're like, wait a minute. Show some love. Even if it's just a heart, I'm like, bro, that touches me, you know?
Exactly, bro. Like, I love my comments, bro.
I swear.
Because some things I've seen on Instagram, I like it, but I don't like it like it. I don't physically double tap, you know, but I actually like it. So you can't even judge how good your stuff is by looking at likes. People might just be scrolling. Like, people just literally do this. People don't realize how social media is like, it's not messed up. Obviously, it helps a lot of us, but there's like a billion people in general on social media. Like, it's crazy, you know?
There's a lot, man.
A lot. So you can't really expect too much.
And it's always changing as well, I feel like.
Exactly.
I think it's gone from one thing to another, and like it's still always a powerful tool of getting yourself out there, but I think now it's a bit harder. Yeah. Because there's so many more people who are creating high quality content.
Bro, people are shooting in 8K now, shit like that. Like, what are we doing?
I swear, it's almost going past that point where I can just do it on my phone and like, call it a day.
So yeah, bro, like what is the main emotion, or how do you want people to feel when they listen to you?
So that is a great question, by the way. That is a great question. For me, so since I stopped rapping and decided to sing, the first song that came out was Demon Timing Freestyle.
I love that track.
I was trying to tap into this at the time, but I don't think I quite got it. And that's why I never went back to a sound. The next song was even further away, to be honest, Bad Mind, man. I know a lot of people like it because it's like a bit hype and shit, but it's not me. After that, I wanted people to kind of like start to get the story that I was living through, like an amazing story, but also I'm always struggling with stuff like anxiety and like feeling a bit down. I had my own like little depressive bouts and stuff, and I started to realize that the things that I gravitated towards in those times was music and artists who I felt I could relate to. And that's when it hit me. I was like, maybe this is the role that I have to play here. Like, this is a role that I can play, and I'm not that trapper, and I'm not this hype guy who can make hype music either. That doesn't involve the whole like rapping and pretending to be a trapper thing. So I was like, maybe I'll just embrace this, and I knew that there's a lot of risk that come with it as well, because it's like you're not going to be able to perform live at like a rave. We were discussing that before. I still do it. It doesn't work all the time. You need people to be absolutely messed up. But you know, like there's a lot of sacrifices that you make, but like overall I really wanted people to listen to that shit and be like, oh, I kind of relate to that, you know. And when someone hits me up saying, yo, I've been listening to this song all the time, the first thing I say is like, yo, are you good? Like, seriously, someone sent me Flight 002. I was like, yo, are you good? Like, is everything good? And they're like, no, it seriously is. It's just relatable. Like life has I'm like, fuck, man, that's exactly how I want people to feel. Like this is a relatable story, because it is, man. Like, my music is all about, like, all of everything recent, especially, is all about love and like emotions and dealing with your emotions and feeling anxious about things. And I want people to really feel like
you're not alone.
It's cool. It's a normal part of life.
Exactly.
Even people who I know who are cold, man. Like, my brother is cold as fuck. He's had his heart broken a few times.
Everyone has chopped breakfast.
Exactly. It's a part of life, you know. And I think in those times, the songs that I listened to when I was feeling down or anxious or whatever, bro, those songs I still listen to now. And that's something that I really wanted to have myself, you know. I want to make music that people can always go back to. And that's why I don't really like want to conform to things that are popping now, because it might not pop later. But what I want is to create an experience for
a timeless kind of music
for the listener. And honestly, more than all of that, it's me sharing my story. So it's like it's like if you're listening to my music, I'm telling you so much about myself and how I feel and stuff. And that's why sometimes I get a bit not offended but frustrated if I feel like someone hasn't picked up on that story. You know, I'm like, shit, like what can I do to tell this better, you know? And that's what I'm always working towards. That's why the sound keeps changing as well, because I'm like, I want to get to this point where it's clear. And I think with the EP that I've been working on, it's like that. Nice. You know, the story is there.
What's it called?
It's called I Drove Past Your House last night.
Past your house last night. Fucking stalker.
Bro, it's true shit, man. Honestly, like, I did drive past her house that night that I decided like this was gonna be it. It's because initially
this was gonna be it, like how, like
this was gonna be the project. It was gonna be about the emotions I was feeling and stuff. And honestly, I've been working on an album as well called The Nights I Drove Alone. I post it on Instagram all the time. My captions are The Nights I Drove Alone. But I feel like that's like my magnum opus. Like, it's my end game, and I want to make sure I take my time. Like, if it takes 10 years, I'm gonna do that. And that's why I haven't given up on it. Like, I tattooed it on my arm, you know. So I thought with this thing that's coming out more soon sooner, more recent, I'd rather give it a name that kind of ties in as well. Cause
Yeah,
the nights I
it
drove alone,
relates.
and then this is called I drove past your house.
Yeah,
last
so
night.
you were driving past a house on the night you drove alone.
Yeah, you see. I know Drake
Makes
did that
sense.
shit. I know Drake did that shit recently with the trilogy album, but I swear,
It's original.
even though I said he's my girl and stuff, I swear this. I did not know at the time.
This is so hard, you know,
Yeah.
because no matter how original you are,
He's already done it as well.
someone has done it. You know?
Trust.
So like you can't escape.
I swear, man.
It is what it is.
But yeah,
But that's dope. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a person, as an artist?
So I think something I struggle with is envisioning my life and like in the medium to long term, especially because I feel like there's always so many paths you can go down.
Word.
And I always, instead of chasing that path, I try and
Be open-minded.
follow all of them and then see which one is the universe is taking me towards.
Word.
So I have a few ideas of where I would be, and some don't even involve music, to be honest. As in, they don't involve being this guy, this artist that I am, and I'm fine with that. Also, it's important to remember if you do pursue a career in music, there's absolutely no guarantee that you'll ever go anywhere.
Oh my God, this has to be discussed.
Yeah.
As a musician, as an athlete,
Yeah.
the chances of you actually making it is so slim.
You can be I know a lot of musicians.
Yeah, you can be so talented, but you never make it. Oh my
Facts.
God, it's so painful.
It is painful, but I think it's the beauty of it as well.
Yeah, it's also the beauty of it.
You honestly, like, even hard work and consistency, no guarantee you're not gonna be rewarded. In the
Exactly.
blink of an eye, it could go away, and in the blink of an eye, it could pop up. And you're always taking that gamble. So I think for me, I'm not the kind of person that can go. Even though I seem like I am crazy.
Yeah,
But I'm also very, very aware of the fact that it's literally buying a lottery ticket.
it is.
I enjoy it more to the point I enjoy it. Even where I am now, I enjoy it. Like, if I never grow more from here,
Yeah,
I'll still enjoy doing it, and I'll still look back at this as like a great chapter in my life.
word.
But like, you gotta also have your backup plans. I think it would be stupid to do anything in life and not think like, okay, if this doesn't work out, where am I gonna be?
Yeah.
And that's why I have a few ideas.
What
I
are the
don't-
ideas, bro? Shit, just some
Just-
nitpicks, bro.
Just a little, like, I'm
A
not
little
gonna
bit.
say, I'm not gonna say too much about it, but
Yeah,
you know, I do. I want to explore other forms of music. Even though I know it seems like I already do with what I put out, but I mean, like, maybe not being a recording artist. I would love to give DJing a go. Been learning a little bit here and there, and I have a very diverse taste in music. I don't know if it's reflected in my social media presence or the music that I make, but I do enjoy a lot of genres of music, and that's why I feel like, you know, I'd want to see how it goes, you know, trying out the DJing thing.
that's nice.
I'm very, very passionate about interior design.
Oh,
That is a first time you heard it here, first type of deal.
That's fire,
yeah,
bro.
only 3 or 4 other people know that it's something. Like, I just did my room up recently.
Yeah. I might show you guys, maybe.
Yeah.
If he lets me, I'll show you B-rolls of it
Nah,
as
for
we're saying
sure,
this
yeah.
now.
I'm down. But yeah, interior design, furniture. I love furniture. I love curating it. That's something that I'm actually working on the side right now.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, like, I feel like being creative is a superpower if you can take advantage of it. Like, it doesn't have to just be music. You know what I mean? Clothes, fashion. I would love to do something there. But I also respect that designing clothes is something that to do tastefully is
All
something
forms
you
of
need to.
art is hard.
Yeah, you need to be super dedicated to that shit.
Yeah.
I can't be sitting here saying I'm a musician, but I'm also
A designer.
designing clothes and
an interior designer.
and furniture, and I'm doing
And a
this.
DJ.
Like, I completely understand it. That's why I just want to learn. I want to see how other people do it. I want to be involved in some capacity. I know that I might not necessarily have the time or the capacity mentally to do it, or even the experience, to be honest. But I really want to be a part of these kind of things, you know,
because it opens doors to so much, even more creativity.
Facts.
You know, and anything you're doing, anything I'm doing that I've worked hard on, I have this motto that I say, like, no one is better than me, and I'm not better than anyone.
That's perfect.
So it keeps me humble and keeps me confident, you know?
And I think, you know, it's easy for people to put you in a box when you start doing something new.
Yeah.
Like, bro, but aren't you supposed to be that guy and not this guy? But I think it comes from, it stems from other people's own insecurity, or like maybe they want to do something but they're a bit scared about how it's gonna be perceived, and they kind of project that shit onto you. Because I've noticed it from the start. Like
people
when I
project a lot.
Yeah, when I started making music, a lot of the people who used to make fun of me the most when I was a teenager, now they're doing pretty cool shit. Respect to them, but what I mean is like either they're doing cool shit or wishing they could have done cool shit. There's no in between. It's because a lot of it always, I think a lot of stuff that you experience in life stems from that other people projecting their insecurities onto you. And
exactly.
like, jealousy, and
that's so true.
That's people, a pretty negative way of looking at it, but
people project a lot.
Yeah.
That's why when you're happy and when you're lit, you're like, yeah, let's vibe, you know? And when you're sad, that's when you insult people. That's when you attack people.
That's when I'm like,
you know, that's when you roast people.
Right. Yeah.
When you feel bad, you want people to feel bad.
Yeah.
When you feel good, you want people to feel good. So that's why anytime someone says something about me, I look at them, I'm like, yeah, it's coming from somewhere. I even feel sorry for them.
Yeah, same.
You know?
Recently, I heard someone was talking shit about me, and I was just like, you know what? I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
I don't even get angry anymore.
Same.
I feel like I've heard everything there possibly is to hear about myself. That like at first they used to upset me, but now like even like the small little passing comments, like the other day someone was like, because I've been telling people that I retired from music. I don't know if it's just a break, you know. I just say like retired because then it's indefinite. It gives me the time and the space to do whatever I want to do. Someone was like, that's calm, because I don't really think you were, you know, I think your singing was quite trash.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, if they said that to me a few years ago, I would have been pretty hurt. But now it just bounces off. I'm like, you know what? It wasn't your taste, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even strike me until like the next day. I was like chilling, and I was like, oh damn, like that's what they said.
Yeah.
You know?
Like it's so, when you know more, when you get enlightened like this, most of the things that bothered you before don't bother you again.
Honestly, there's so
you're at peace, you know.
I have so many bigger problems than what someone
exactly,
said about
bro.
Me.
I can't even begin to think of what you said.
Bro.
I have a million things to do. From the moment I wake up, there's something to be done.
There's a lot more important things going on, you know.
Exactly, bro. If you had to fix something about the music industry in Dubai, and if you had to be grateful for something about the music industry in Dubai, what would it be?
Let me start with grateful, because it's better to start with the positives. But I think that if I'm grateful personally from my experience, for the people that I've met, the good, the bad, there's a lot of bad. But look, if you're another artist, you know that it's true though. There's a lot of bad. They might not even be other artists. They might be people who's involved in the industry, whatever. For me personally, there has been a lot of bad, but I'd rather focus on the good. And I've made some amazing friends, who, again, recently I was thinking about, you know, what if I take a little break from making music and focus on other things? Because I do sometimes, even though, you know, I live a bit crazy and shit, I do sometimes think maybe I need to get my shit in order, you know?
Yeah.
All of these guys, like the only thing we initially had in common was we made music, but now I call them my brothers, you know.
Word.
My brothers, my sisters, like
that's how you find your best friends or closest friends.
Facts.
I talked about this in an episode. Is people who kind of do what you do.
Yeah.
That what starts the foundation, and then you just go deeper.
Facts, man. Like with Prince VA, for example.
Yeah.
It started off literally because of music in lockdown. He was doing like interviews on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, bro, now fast forward 3 years, he's one of my best friends. You know, like sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the time we don't talk about music.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're working, we do, but most of the time it's about our lives, what's happening, you know.
Personal stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing. It's the same with Big Sizer. Like with him, I didn't meet him in person until last year, but I'd known him for years on Instagram through music. We made music. We had like songs out
without meeting.
Yeah, without meeting, and
that's
for time.
Crazy.
And we built this friendship.
Yeah,
that was mainly about music, but it became like, because then we're following each other on our private pages on Instagram, seeing what everyone's lives is about.
Yeah,
and then when we met, it was like we'd been friends physically for years, and now every time he comes back, like he knows my mom and my grandma. He somehow does come a lot of the time when my grandma's here.
Yeah. So where's he based?
In the UK.
UK?
Yeah.
Word.
And like that, like those two guys, I would say family, Seki as well.
Yeah.
Bro, we celebrate Diwali together, you know.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of amazing people. Ugly Moss, Nassim, Losses. These guys to me, like, if I stopped making music, I would still check up on them. I'd still be like, yo, come, let's chill, man.
Yeah.
And I would say that's been the best part about it for me. The connections, the close connections you build with people, and it's nice seeing like Big Sizer chilling with like my friends from school, you know. We did a Secret Santa and just seeing them all interact and shit. I was like, bro, this is quite amazing, and it wouldn't have happened if I didn't make music. So I'll always be grateful for this experience, even though sometimes I complain like, oh shit, I wish I started making music somewhere else. I'm like, I would not have met these guys, you know. Maybe I would, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
you have to be grateful for
facts. You got to focus on the good stuff. And what I would change about the music scene here is I would wish, I don't know how the steps to take to fix this problem, what they are, but I wish that more than just creative people supported other creative people when they do creative stuff.
Oh my god, boom, mic drop, boom.
I think
that's so deep, bro.
It's a massive problem that you find here more than other places. You know? I see it with more than just music, with art, with fashion, with everything. It's creative supporting creatives. And
it's just like a small circle going around.
And that's the problem, because it can't grow if you're going around. You know, if it's the same people who are supporting you, and then you're supporting them, and then they're supporting you, and
it's a boomerang effect.
It's this never-ending cycle, and I feel like there's this general public out there that have absolutely no interest for whatever those reasons may be in what's going on here. And I do think that maybe the solution to this problem is much deeper and on a much higher level than other creatives and other artists. Like, I think, and I see that, you know, it's gotten a lot better. It has, like, artists are getting booked to do cool stuff, big companies and big agencies
working with brands. But even the working with brands is still in that circle.
It is,
you know,
it is.
There's still a circle of people that know. It's just too known.
I think it also takes time, because I think I think a lot of people, myself included, me very guilty of doing it though, is comparing, like, I'm always thinking, like, I know that my friends who are artists in England or Canada or America, like, they have so many like cool opportunities, and people are so much more open to listening to their shit and going to their shows. But then I think, like, this scene has not been around for a long time. Like, if I really sit down and deep it, like, I am probably like the second generation of musicians here, you know, which is crazy. Like, the guys who are like the OGs, if you were in America and you were making music and you had been doing it for as long as I have, which is not very long, and been consistent with it for as long as I have, which is not very long. In America, I'm not going to be sat with, like, I don't know, 50 Cent and those guys. Like, but here it's like, I've bumped into, like, bro, every time I see Freak, I get to high five him, and I'm a fan. I was a fan of Mo Flow, Seki, like, all of these guys. Bro, imagine I am literally like best friends with Seki Super Villain, who I used to listen to and be like, bro, this guy is so cool, man. I hope I get to meet him one day. I feel you. So, like, here it's so fucking new.
That's circle is actually good. That's the good thing about the circle.
If I'm looking at these guys and getting gassed, bro, it means that it's young. The scene is so young. So I think it's unfair, and I also think that everyone, your own future is in your own hands. And if you're not satisfied with the way things are here, no one is forcing you to stay. And I think that's why I never feel like the scene here owes me anything. I am a guest, bro. Like, I am a guest. They owe me nothing. And if people are not so responsive to my weird sound, I never take it personally. I don't look at, like, the stats even and say, like, oh, I don't have enough streams in the UAE, or, you know, people don't show me, bro. They don't owe me shit.
I feel you.
I could change that. I could go to somewhere else, but, you know, I'm more than happy to be here, and I've enjoyed it. So
likewise. But I think the solution for us creators being more mainstream in the city we live in is actually telling the stories of us in this city. Most creatives out there,
they just pop
that
up
I know, they just pop out of nowhere, and it's not a knock to them, but I don't know where it came from. I don't know, you just look cool. You just take cool pictures, you're cute, you're hot, you're handsome, whatever it is, and that's it. You're working with the biggest brands. Yeah, you're literally you're doing the best, highest level already.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who you are, you know?
Fast forward here, man.
There's a fast forward button here. In America, all the celebrities we know them.
Yeah.
We literally know the city they grew up in, their mom, their dad, what they went through as kids, all these things, you know, like, even if we don't go through the toughest situations in Dubai, at least be like, everyone had the experience. At least everyone got heartbroken. Everyone has anxiety. Everyone did some dumb stuff. Like, even saying the neighborhood you grew up in, I feel that little thing and sharing like your personal stories as a creative, it will help you connect with the people in the city.
Facts. I think a lot of people are a bit embarrassed about that as well. Like, like telling their story because maybe they're comparing it to their idol story, and it's just not.
You know, they always want to look cool and aesthetic.
That's why with my music, I really decided, like, let me just tell my own story. Like, I don't really want to be hiding anything. And honestly, I think creating with that intention of telling people more about yourself or sharing your experiences, it's a lot more rewarding. Like, I could get less streams now than I did making rap. And at first it was, everyone told me don't, because I changed my name, changed the profiles I was posting the music on. So it was like starting from fresh, and everyone was like, but you had decent. It wasn't good by any means, but it was decent, you know, for the level I was at and the time period it was then. It was decent. They were like, why are you just leaving that behind? I was like, look, at first it might not be like, I might not drop this first song and get as many streams or views or as many people listening to it as before, but that's okay, because in time people will be drawn to the fact that this is something that they know is real. Because it's not out of the realms of possibility that these stories could be real, and I make sure that it's super specific.
It's real.
I like season it with that realness, you know, like you know that
everyone has a story. Like,
everyone does.
You don't have to have come from the trenches or the hood to have a story.
You just gotta find a way to market that shit.
Exactly.
Tell that story in a way that is gonna appeal to an audience. It doesn't have to be a big audience.
Exactly. You like, just follow the hero's journey. There's you, the problem you face, the problem that stayed in between you and what you wanted to be.
Facts.
Because now you are somebody. What was in between that? You being not that somebody and you being that person. You feel me? Who was I before modeling? What stood in between me and being a good fashion model? What stood in between you and 200,000 people listening to you? What was in between that? You feel me? That's your story. So just literally analyze your life and think of it, you know, and boom, you have your story. Tell it, you know, either visually, audioly, videoly, anything.
It is that, and it's as much as the good stuff, the bad stuff is so important in the story. Like the times where you felt like, yo, I should give up or I should stop.
Exactly. Everyone has that moment. You know,
for sure.
How much did you take your tripod and selfie and take pictures and edit it? Like, even a story as little as that, you know, telling us you took 200 pictures and you have to choose the best 3, something like that will connect with someone, because people know about the struggle. People understand, you know. We're talking about earlier when I came, the technicalities of, you know, doing video and all these things. Something like that will just make you connect with someone else. You feel me? But if I just come here perfect and everything is perfect, I had no struggle in my life, you can't really relate, because you're not human if you don't have struggle. So
that's true, man.
Guess who's back?
We're back
again. Let's get it. So, bro, you were just telling me right now while we're shooting the trailer, you used to bartend.
Yes, sir. So,
the fuck?
Yeah, it was one. I think, bro, it was super helpful as well, because, like, in England, it was in England when I was at uni. I remember going to uni, and my dad used to send me money for my, like, you know, living expenses and stuff, and he kept telling me get a job from the start, but I was a bit lazy, you know. So every month he would send me £100 less. So after a few months passed, he didn't send anything. So I was like, what's up? He's like, where's the job? I was like, shit. And it's so hard to get a job in England as an international student. Indian passport. You have like a set amount. I think it was 20 hours you can work in a week. So I was like, this is impossible. Luckily, I knew a place that was hiring. I went in with my CV. I was like, yo, I hear you've got an opening. I have so much experience in Dubai working for Anta Cafeteria. In the CV, it said it, and I put the reference as this guy that I know, and I told him, like, look, if someone calls you, say you were my manager at Anta. what were the odds they were gonna call? I heard they were desperate. They never called them. Hired me on the spot. I did my trial shift. They were like, you know how to pull a pint of beer? I had never drank a pint of beer in my life. So I was like, yeah. And I just watched someone else do it and tried. They apparently, I spoke to my manager a couple of months later, and she was like, I knew you were lying, but we were desperate. So luckily I got that job, and it was amazing actually, because it was the first time that I made proper money, like working, you know.
Word.
Like doing something.
And it feels different when you make your own money,
so good. And I never realized how cheap I could be, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to waste that shit.
Yeah, because then that's when you see the value of money.
Yeah.
When you make your own money.
That's when you realize what's important, you know.
Exactly.
If you're doing something, if you're working specifically, you realize what's important in terms of what you spend your money on and your time, because you don't have as much time.
Exactly.
You're losing like 8 hours a day.
Just running up and down, doing basic things.
Facts. So you become more selective about who you spend your time with and what you spend your money on. Exactly. Or who you spend your money on.
A busy man is just a high value man. It's not like it's not to like bring up the toxic masculinity thing, but if you're actually legitly busy, like you value your time, like just you said, you value your energy, you won't have time for drama, you won't have time to even be a hater, like you won't have time for all these things, these negative things, because you're always doing something.
Trust, man.
And you said you used some of that money to pay for your studio time back in Nottingham.
Yeah, and that again makes you work harder, because I was working knowing that that's my hard-earned cash. Yeah, I needed to make every session count. So what I would do is, I know a lot of people like to book a studio session, then go to the studio, then find a beat while you're in the studio, and then start writing in the studio. Yeah. But you're paying to use that mic, and you're paying to use all of this shit.
Every single second.
What I would do is I didn't even buy a mic. It was the same mic that I bought all those years ago. So I had that with me in my suitcase when I moved there. Set it up in my room, plugged it into the laptop. I would make sure I have a song written, or at least 90% done before I go to the studio, because then you get in, it's that, and you're done, you know?
And you can even have more time for things like that 20 minutes you had to sing.
The important stuff, So I think it was a great experience. When I still tell my dad to this day, like, I'm so glad he made me get that job, because it really prepares you for the real world, bro. Like when you work in a job, you realize how unfair the world is.
Exactly.
Especially I think coming from Dubai, where like you go to a private school and you know everything's done for you, like at home, laundry,
you
cooking.
have everything.
Yeah, it's like knowing what it's like to for the first time to have responsibility,
to hustle,
and it's amazing that he did that, because otherwise I would have graduated from uni and been so happy to just be doing music and not making money, you know, like, because I'm comfortable. I can be comfortable.
Exactly.
But once you have that taste for it, like that being independent, the pride of knowing you're making your own bread, like even when it comes to music, like we were just discussing earlier, like, I wouldn't really accept doing stuff for free, you know. And it's not about the money, it's about
the value,
hustling, the value of all the time you put into that shit as well. So
you need someone to value your time.
Facts. And I'm sure I would have come to that point sooner or later, but I'm glad that
it happened earlier.
Yeah, because of that job and so many other things, that I was able to get there a lot faster.
What, bro? Like what? Spill the tea.
No exposure, man. No exposure, because you know, when you're hungry, you can't go to the fucking shop and order something and pay with exposure, man. I thought maybe you could do it at Ravi's, you know. I didn't try. So.
Oh my days. So can you take us into your love, romantic, emotional life, and how it impacted you as an artist or a person?
As an
take
artist,
us to the back.
Let's go all the way back, bro. I mean, since I was as young as I can remember, I've always been a certified lover boy, man. Like I built deep emotional connections with everyone, like my friends, my family, obviously then my romantic interests and stuff. So it's always been a massive part of me, and I think even with my music, the first songs that I ever made were about a girl. Fun fact though, those were probably 2015, 2014. Around
so
then. Rap. They were rap songs, but like, you know, like mellow rap songs. Like it was like, baby, I love you so much type shit. Bro, the maddest part is that I can say with 100% honesty, from then to now is about the same person, man. Which is crazy to think back to, and like to even even see the difference in the sound, because it was rapping before.
Word.
And now it's like something so different. But yeah, all the same person, man.
Damn, bro, man is actually a lover boy. Like,
lover boy, man.
There's few boys out there that I know, and you're one of them, that actually, they love being with one person, you know?
Yeah.
They love dating. They love this romance with,
True.
and some people are just on the streets. So all the people are just on the streets, you know?
The cold ass.
Yeah, like, but there's people like you, and as an artist, you feel like that helps you.
Yeah, I think 100%. Also, I think it's about the right person. I think that everyone has different experiences with love in their lives and shit.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that mine is kind of one of those things where I met this person when I was young, and even then she inspired me to like create and stuff. Like it was seriously on like a muse one.
Yeah.
You know? So as I got older, we drifted apart bare times, and then would like reunite, or even if we weren't like speaking, I would still know, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still like making music, thinking about that, whatever. But yeah, I think it's important to kind of embrace the fact that you're inspired by someone. Definitely, I would say a lot of my music is inspired by my romantic experiences, or just my experiences with my feelings, which like obviously a lot of it happens to be that. And also like if you know, with like deeper topics as well, like things that have gone seriously wrong, I have written stuff about my own experiences and stuff, but apart from like the romantic side of things.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like even with the romantic stuff, sometimes I do listen back and I'm like, maybe that's a bit too personal, or I'm oversharing to a point. I like to make sure that when I write a song, I know the story, but the package of the song still needs to be more relatable to a wider audience. It can't be too specific. And I also think that if someone was listening to this and they wanted to make music like that, I also think you gotta respect the boundaries. You gotta understand that writing music about other people, or your romantic experiences, or your personal life,
you have to
problems,
consider the other person.
You have to consider the other person, because it might be nice for you and that song might pop off, but what if it's too much for them, too personal for them? And I think it's about finding that middle ground. So I never put my stories on blast like that. I try and channel the emotions that I was feeling in that moment.
Personally.
I try and channel that energy into the song rather than the actual story, because you gotta respect the fact that it's not just about you. Like if I'm writing stuff about problems my parents are having or something like that, bro,
it's not just you.
It's hella oversharing, and you might not have consent to do that. Even writing about romantic experiences, I think there's a fine line, you know, between like you expressing your feelings and it being maybe not disrespectful, but I would definitely say inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate. Yeah. That's actually deep, because I was actually thinking of doing an episode talking about my love life, but then I find it so hard.
It is hard. You have to consider the feelings of the other person and how they're going to perceive it as well.
Exactly. Because you have to respect them.
Facts.
And respect what you guys had, even if it ended bad or good or whatever.
That's the thing.
How do they feel this information being out there?
Facts. And at this age, knowing what I know and having lived through what I've lived through, I know that if something ends, even if it's not good, it's better not to put that shit on blast, man.
Exactly.
Especially when you live a very public life. When there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people that's like watching your stories, and that people love drama as well.
They love drama, and they love taking things out of context.
I swear, I remember when I posted my girl for the first time. Like 2020 or something, 2021. Bro, like that post, like bare shares, engagement, this and that.
That's how I know people are gossiping.
Yeah. And then you keep posting them and then they stop. And then you stop posting them if it ends or some shit. And again, they're sharing that shit to ask you know what happened there. So people are curious in the worst way. And it's important to remember that, because I think everyone can get lost in the sauce sometimes of like, you're on social media, you're posting stories every day, making posts occasionally, whatever. Like, bro, people are following your life at this point. And like they're quite invested in the story, you know.
And they just want the drama out of it. They don't care what happens to you.
Facts.
They don't care how you feel. They don't care how the other person feel. You're just making them feel thrilled, you know.
Exactly. And as I get older, that's why I try and share less and less super personal stuff like that. I'm fine with letting people know where I go to the gym or what I ate today or who I'm chilling with, but I think when it comes to like family and romantic,
you can kind of generalize your emotion towards it without sharing the details of it.
I'll do a subtweet, bro. I'll definitely subtweet that shit. 100%. But in terms of like going into detail or even making it obvious what I don't know. I try my best not to. And I know that when I'm a very emotional person sometimes, you know, it gets the better of me. But every day I strive to be better with that, keep my emotions in check, because I think that's caused me a lot of problems in life, man.
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot of problems, like what?
Nah, just my oversharing, my over out there thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I even think I'm putting something out there that's supposed to be positive, but actually it's coming off as hella negative.
Yeah.
Like, why you guys not
getting it?
Yeah, not getting it. And then I realized, like, maybe it's better if I just didn't share that shit in the first place, you know?
Yeah, and just kind of be like, oh, does anyone feel like, you know, like, instead of saying that the police came to your house in the morning, for example, and raided your house and searched for drugs, just say, have you ever woken up to the worst day ever?
Facts.
You know?
Sometimes I do feel definitely overexposed by my own social media presence.
Yeah.
Like, I told DXB when I got detained for holding the... I don't know why, but the next day, even though, like, I stand by it and shit, like, 100% free Palestine, and, like, I think the whole thing was quite dope in its own way. But the next day, like, I woke up, there's, like, so many story replies, so many people talking about it. Yeah. I was like, bro, I feel like everyone is fucking looking at me right now, and it made me so anxious. I remember being in the line at Seoul. I wasn't scared that they wouldn't let me in, but I was just like, fuck, man. Like, why did I go on my story and fucking post, yo, I just got detained? I should have just word of mouth that shit, you know? Yeah. But now I'm the one to blame for me feeling this anxious, because I got a lot of social anxiety to begin with, but I make it so much worse for myself by being an idiot sometimes. But
I hope you can learn from this. Like, you're the one that has to live with the results. You're going to get the clout, you're going to get the fame, people are going to love it, but then you are not going to be all right.
And those screenshots last forever, man.
Forever.
Those screenshots, you don't even know that. That's what, like, sometimes I trip out about. You don't even know which
what people have about you.
Yeah, what they've got on you and what they know about you and stuff.
Exactly.
And I think that when you're someone, you cannot have a private life and also be in the sphere that we're in, you know? It's not possible, because as much as you're selling your art or your creativity or what you do, you're also selling yourself. Like,
exactly.
You are your own
personality,
brand.
your brand, all that stuff.
And again, that's why I try and make sure that I have a backup plan outside of music. Because the thing is, I know myself, I'm quite an erratic person. Yeah. And in the blink of an eye, like, as much as I try to keep my emotions in check and everything, I know in the blink of an eye, I could fuck that up for myself. And if I don't have a backup plan that doesn't involve, like, having
something else,
eyes on me, I'll be fucked.
Exactly.
It puts a lot of pressure on it as well.
It's so easy to get cancelled nowadays.
Facts.
Like, I feel like if this is gonna sound very funny, if they should expose everyone, all of us, our group chats, our messages, every single human being in the world will be cancelled.
No doubt, man. Especially the group chats.
Especially group chat, because it's all jokes.
Yeah, me and my friends always joke about it as well.
We joke about so much stuff that people take too serious.
My boys, in fact, get paranoid because they're like, you got a lot of people watching your account and shit. Yeah. And like, my account, like, I always get the password reset emails as well that I don't trigger. So they're always hella paranoid. Like, yo, bro, you gotta be careful with your security on here. But
exactly, like,
by the way, it's not that bad.
It's not like it's bad. And
if you take these memes that people send out of context, they can't be bad though. But
I feel like almost everyone that gets cancelled, like, they just took 2 seconds where they messed up.
Yeah.
And they messed them up like that.
Facts.
They literally just took, it's fine. One on BBC, bro.
Yeah, talk about, I was like, fuck.
It's true. But yeah, like,
it can take 2 seconds to mess everything up.
Yeah.
Completely undo.
Like, you take 10 years to build something, and then 2 words will end your life.
Facts.
I feel that isn't fair.
But if you make a minor mistake, a minor something. Yeah,
something minor, it's redeemable.
Yeah, or if you have something that you do where you feel a bit like, fuck, like, I regret that a bit. Yeah. It's not that deep, but I regret it. Yeah. The one thing I always remind myself and anyone else who's feeling that way, it's only relevant for a week, man, because someone else is going to fuck up in a week.
You don't matter that much, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Relax.
I think that's the most important thing to remember. Like,
it's not like people go to bed thinking about you.
Facts. No matter what you do, you are easily forgettable, man.
Yeah, everyone. So just don't take it too personal.
Like, I know people forget about me when I sometimes I take a little break. Like, bro, that's another thing, man. I realized recently that there's a direct correlation between how much I post and how unhappy I am. It's not the other way around. I don't have like 50 Instagram stories up when I'm happy. In fact, the few times I would say I was genuinely happy last year, I didn't post at all. Like,
oh my God.
People were like, where are you? What are you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm just happy right now.
Fact.
Yeah.
Because when you're sad or when you're feeling lonely,
want that validation,
you want,
bro.
exactly.
You want everyone to come.
Yeah, you want to look cool.
Yeah.
You want to seem like you're happy when you're not happy. Because when you're actually happy, you forget about social media.
You forget about your phone.
You forget about your phone, bro. You're just vibing to yourself or with your people, you know?
Swear.
But then when you're feeling sad or down or heartbroken, you're posting.
Bro, like...
You're messaging everyone.
Bro, a few days ago, I had like 8 stories up. I'd been lying on this couch, watching reels the whole day. But it looked like on my story, I was like doing a lot of shit. Yeah, popping. Oh, he's done this today and that. But like the times I've actually been happy, I've taken pictures with my phone. If it's a nice moment, I don't even post that shit because I don't want that evil eye to hear, bro.
Same. Like my best moments, I can't share it. I'm very sorry.
Facts.
You know, only if someone follow me with a camera, but I can't share my best moment because I'm literally just vibing.
It lives inside here, bro.
Inside here, and I fucking treasure it, bro. I swear.
Same.
My best friends, no one knows them. They're not fashion people. Like no one knows them. You feel me? Like they're very close to me, and it's very personal. My personal space is very personal.
Yeah.
So like you should find a balance between what you share and what you don't share.
That's literally like what I've been trying to do recently. Especially, I also feel like a lot of the time when I do post, when I used to post when I was happy and shit. Yeah. Bro, that shit does not last long because the evil eye is it's too real, man. Especially if you're already doing stuff where people are looking at you. Yeah. It's like you're just inviting the bad energy.
I swear to God, you know when I had real encounter with the evil eye, I didn't believe in it, but I used to post, you know, anytime I'm working, I just take a picture of my iPad, you know, the process of editing video and all that stuff. Bro, my iPad broke.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm like, really? Like, who did this? Like, what the? Bro, I didn't know up to today. I don't know how it broke. I literally woke up to edit one night. It was cracked, bro. It was cracked inside, bro. I'm like, what? I never post anything about my iPad again, bro.
There was another one.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I realized as well that my social media evil eye is not limited to me, man. Bro, not recently, a few months ago, I posted congratulations to my boy because he was in a relationship. You know?
They broke
up. Like not too long after that story, man. I don't even think that story. Yeah, I know it was the story. Like, yo, if you're watching this, he knows who he is, man. If he's watching this, I gotta say it's definitely the evil eye from that story because I can't think of anything else.
It's so real. It has to be real.
Bro.
Like,
and every time I have, like, I know I've tweeted a few times saying life is good right now and shit. Tell me why the next day is not.
I swear that's why it's good to post after. You know, some people
way after, bro.
They go on vacation and then when they're back from vacation, they post about vacation.
That's why I bought a film camera. Because I take
you have to process
bro,
it.
I haven't processed film from like 4 months ago.
Oh my God.
Like doing fun stuff because
that's a life hack. Get a film camera. Link in my bio to the brand.
You gotta let that shit marinate. Like let that memory marinate. Let it pass. Let whatever's happening pass and be in a different phase in life when I think that's
when you
probably
post
the
it, when you
safest way.
share it.
Safest way. Otherwise,
that's how big celebrities even move. Yeah. You know? Like Kendrick went on this like he disappeared. Yeah. You know, when he came back and obviously I think this guy was vibing and happy. He was with his wife and kid, released an album and then boom, he disappeared again. You know, you can't catch him.
Exactly.
He's gone.
That's the thing. My whole life's mission now online is making sure that evil eye doesn't catch me.
Uncatchable, untraceable. You don't know what I'm up to.
I attracted too much and previously I invited it a lot of the time because I thought like I can handle anything, but I realized as I get older, man, I'm getting a bit
you gotta be careful,
a bit superstitious, a bit suspicious because I've seen this pattern so many times that
you start to notice it.
Like that's why even like just talking about your love life and stuff, it's like always a tricky one because
it's tricky, bro.
Like you could say something now that this podcast comes through, one person whose bad mind watches it, they put that energy out there, and the next thing I know, like whatever I got that's making me happy and that's going on is gone, bro. And
but also, the funny thing is that it's actually because you believe in the evil eye or I believe in the evil eye that we even manifest it to happen more powerfully. You get me? Our minds are so powerful. Because you believe in it, that's why it actually happened.
Once, man, I wrote a song about a situation I was anxious about. Yeah. And that situation, like years later, played out. It was a bad situation, whatever. And I remember I was telling my mom, like, I sat down with her. I was like, look what happened, man. I wrote this song 2 years ago, and look what happened. And then my mom was like, you fucking idiot, man. She didn't say. My mom doesn't swear, but she's very respectful. But she said, you're stupid, because it's not that you knew it was gonna happen. It's that you manifested, and I think that's important as well.
We manifest a lot of things.
But now I manifest like the maddest shit. Like, I'm only trying to manifest good shit. Like, I feel
all
like
manifestations are things you don't have.
Facts.
You can't manifest what you have.
True.
You can't be like, I have a microphone in my hand.
That's a L, yeah. That's that's kind of a waste, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You need to manifest what you don't have. So manifesting is actually basically becoming a liar.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like,
You're
I want to
yourself, yeah.
Yeah, you lie to your mind, you lie to your brain that you have it. So it's like, why don't I have it? Like, let's get it for him. That's how manifestation works. So it's kind of lying, you know?
Nah, bro, yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, bro, I just want to be. I know that whatever it is, man, I want to be happy. I want to feel fulfilled.
Word.
I want to be in a good place in life, and whether it's making music or doing something else. Like, I just want to have peace. Bro.
Be free.
I want peace, not problems.
Exactly. I don't want peace. I want problems.
I'm going the other way around, man.
Yeah, bro. So, like, let's talk about how you and your family had the relationship with your music career.
Bro, so with my mom, it's honestly at first it's like when you're young, it's so much easier for your parents to support you.
Yeah.
Because they know why you're in school, or you're in school and you're like, you've still got your whole life ahead of you, and they
got your back.
Honestly, a lot of the time as well, they assume it's a phase, you know.
Yeah.
Because I grew up wanting to be I wanted to be a wrestler at first in the WWE, and then after that I got a bit older in my early teens. I wanted to be a football player. Now I'm shit at football, so that was never happening. And my parents knew, like, okay, you know, this is just a phase. It's gonna pass. Like, if anyone's played football with me, they know I'm dead. You know, like I just give Cristiano vibes with my confidence, but
it's clapped.
Yeah. So they assumed, I mean, if they completely fairly assumed that it was a phase and stuff. Yeah. And then obviously once I got, like, I'm 24 now, at some point, you know, it becomes a bit of a concern for parents, because it's like, you know, is it working out? Is it not? Yeah. And I think the craziest moment for me was me and my mom were taking my cat to the vet, and I had a show the night before, and she actually came, and, you know, the radio is off, and she just goes, look, I'm proud of you, and you've come a long way, and I think you have a long way to go as well. Yeah. But I can see you doing this, you know, and that to me was an amazing moment, because that validation is the best kind.
It's the best, bro.
And
it's
like,
parents.
Yeah, it's not something that just came out of nowhere. Like, it's been a lot of hard work and stuff, and that was really cool. And my dad hasn't always been on board with that. Again, fair, he's a businessman. Yeah, he wanted me to follow that path, but recently he as well. He said, look, you're a creative guy, just be creative. And I know a lot of people aren't blessed in that sense to have that kind of that support.
Exactly.
But I also think I worked for it, as in I've shown them that I know how to be a musician and
accountable
also,
for this shit.
Yeah, and also take care of myself and make sure that the stuff that I'm doing that's not music is productive, and I'm able to, you know, everyone knows that you don't make a lot of money being a musician unless you pop off, which I haven't.
Crazy.
But I had to show them that I know how to balance that, you know, like figure out ways to get that bread up.
Get that bread, go get that bread. Yeah.
So I think that's important. You gotta win them over, and I know some parents will never be won over. I think some of the best musicians ever, their parents didn't support them.
Most. Facts. And then they support them after. Even NBA players, they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then when you're the enemy, like, "Oh, because their lives back."
As a parent, I don't think it comes from a bad place. I think as a parent, you just want to see your kids do
of worry, of love. You know, it comes from love.
Facts. You want to see your kids do better than you.
Exactly.
And if you're seeing them struggle, you know,
because as an artist, as a creator, you struggle well into your mid-20s.
You struggle until one day you don't.
Exactly. And in 9 to 5, you never struggle, but you also never, you know, you have balance your whole life, I feel.
A lot of people are not fortunate enough to do something that they love, you know, and if you find a way to do it, amazing. And I get it as well from them, like I said earlier as well, it is a massive gamble. Like, you are literally buying a lottery ticket.
And literally. Anything art related, creating related, you're literally literally getting a lottery ticket. I swear.
But smart people know how to make it work, even if they don't win the lottery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are ways that you can
Other ways you
turn it
can
into a career.
branch in. You can do other things.
The chances of you being the next Drake or Kendrick or whatever, man, slim, but
Slimmer than Slim Shady.
slimmer than Slim Shady, man. But you can definitely. I've met people who, if I mention their name to someone in Dubai, they wouldn't know them.
Yeah,
you know?
but they're highly successful.
They've got a career in music.
Yeah.
They are a musician, but there's
Yeah.
so many other careers. I mean, you can songwrite. You know, you can produce. You can.
There are even some musicians that they have like a listening base of 50k, and they're good.
If that 50k is willing to
Do you understand?
buy your merch,
If they're actually fans,
yeah,
you can have a
If
career
they're
off
passionate.
that.
50k
It's
passionate
too
fans
much,
is
yeah.
insane. It's
That's insane.
Yeah, because otherwise there's a lot of passive listeners as well who are just listening
Exactly.
while they're at the gym. They're not really
Yeah.
like, they're not buying into your entire like
Exactly.
existence.
Personality
Yeah.
and brand, but
So that 50k could be sick. Even like
50K is insane, bro.
even 1,000 people truly fucking
Yeah,
is
that's
amazing as a
insane.
musician.
imagine 1,000 people in a room saying
Yeah.
I love you.
Like,
You
I
know?
swear.
That is insane, yo. So you just need to. That's why you need to be yourself.
Yeah.
So you actually really connect with your fans.
No doubt.
Because if you're not yourself, you're not going to connect with people. You're just going to give them what they like,
Yeah.
and they didn't come because of you. They came because you're doing something trendy,
Facts.
something funny, something like that. So they came for the fun, for the trend. They didn't come for you. But if you're yourself, they'll come for you and they'll stay for you.
Word. That.
So that's it. It's about time
Yeah.
for the game session.
Let's hit that.
Man's about to ask you, would you rather questions. Get ready, buckle up. Oh my
Mad,
God.
bro.
My phone is 10%. Inshallah, we get through this. God damn.
No, would you rather, man?
Yeah, would you rather, and have you ever? Have you ever had a stupid fear?
I mean, I think it's a valid fear, but I've been told that being scared of birds.
Of birds?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, I'm terrified of birds. Top 3 pigeons, crows, and vultures. Man, I actually saw some vultures.
Who isn't scared of a vulture?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I saw them when I went to Kenya, and I was like, nah, I'll put you guys third on the list.
You went to Kenya?
Yeah.
Ruin.
A couple of years ago, man.
How was it?
It was sick. It was such a crazy experience.
You went to
Like,
safari?
yeah.
Dope, bro. I really want to do that.
Nah, highly recommend, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's like especially when you live in Dubai or like you grow up in the city and stuff, seeing that like there's so many things that are bigger than what we're doing, like just because
Word.
people built like these big ass buildings and shit.
Yeah.
And we've just accepted that this is the way of life. You go there and you're like, bro, like nature fucking exists, man.
Nature
and it's beautiful
exists.
and it's so powerful and shit.
And it's natural.
It's crazy, man.
Word. I think people need to experience that. Link in my bio if you want to book a Kenya ticket.
Bro, this guy is a hustler, man. He's upselling everything through this podcast.
Everything, bro. Have you ever met a celebrity?
Yeah, but why is it that I went blank about who it was, man?
Yeah.
Recently, recently, like last week, I met Joe Root, the England cricket player, captain of England.
Oh,
Yeah.
word. How was it? How
That
did
was
you meet
cool,
him?
man. Nice vibes. He was just in Dubai for the T20 World Cup. So
I think Dubai is the best place to meet celebrities.
I swear, but that's the thing. It's like
Everyone
it's
is here.
like, it's like asking, like, did you see a fancy car? You know,
Yeah.
have you ever seen a fancy? Because bro, here it's like it's normal.
That is true. You're going to ask someone from another city, how many times have you seen a G-Wagon or a Rolls
Yeah.
Royce? They're like, they can count.
0, bro. Sometimes.
Us, khalas, bro. We're
That's what I
tired.
mean. Like here,
Is now, have you seen
Yeah.
a plate number 1?
I swear, even here, like we went to watch that YouTube boxing
Yeah.
thing in the Coca-Cola arena, and like I was just deeping the fact that like we're walking through it and everyone's like, look, there's that guy and there's that girl.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, like Dubai is nuts.
It's
man.
not, bro.
Since as long as I can remember, it's just been like
Crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone is here. Everything is here.
And now I try not to gas them up too much as well. You know,
Yeah.
so I just like keep it 100.
Keep it
like,
cool.
yo, really good work, man. Eve Narcissus, by the way.
Good job.
Who are you again?
I swear, bro. No, this is boring. Have you ever gotten surgery?
Yeah, recently. My first surgery was recently nose, man. Not a nose job. I broke.
Eve's had a nose job.
Yeah, that's why it's
Spoiler alert.
That's why it's still a bit bent, but yeah. Nah, I broke my nose, so
You had to fix it.
had to fix that up, man. But loads of people accused me of getting a nose job.
Yeah, because there was the...
Yeah, I was posting the whole process and shit, and they were like, "Yeah, it's a nose job, bro. Just be honest."
Never have you ever stole something from your siblings?
Yeah, 100%, man.
You have to say 3 things you have.
Bro, because I can only remember things I've stolen recently from my brother, yeah?
Yeah.
This is mainly like cigarettes.
Cigarette, that's chill.
Bro, because I've been shaving my face since I shaved the beard off.
Yeah.
I went in his room, in his bathroom, took his clippers and everything. And recently he came to me, he's like, yo, if you're going to the shop, can you buy me some clippers? Because I can't seem to find mine. I just pretended that I didn't know where they were. I was like, yeah, no worries, man, no worries.
Never have you ever skinny dipped?
Bro, 100%.
You have?
Yeah, I'm trying to think when though.
In Dubai?
Nah, not in Dubai. Not
Yeah, that's
bro.
like the most impossible thing.
No, actually.
In Dubai?
Bro, all of my friends will vouch for it though. I'm sure I've jumped into numerous pools naked, but house
pools. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Bro, imagine like
at the beach.
Get caught like that guy at zero gravity, man.
Exactly. It's too risky to do all this kind of shit in Dubai.
Not in Dubai, man.
In a pool, yeah, okay, reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, not in the beach, man. Not in the beach.
In Dubai,
I'm scared.
You're out.
Yeah, you
out like a light. That's
you
it.
Don't know what's lurking in those waters as well.
What's lurking and who's also lurking on the land watching you, waiting for it to come out, and you're going to the station. Bro, don't play games in Dubai.
Trust me.
But yeah, bro, that's about it. I'm your host, Odia, your vibes bringer, your battery charger, your storyteller. It was nice sitting with you, bro. Man's like YVES, Narcissus.
Been fun, man. I'm actually sad that this is the end.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm sure you're also sad. But if you want him on the show again, let me know. We can run it after 3 months, after a live update. I think live updates
we'll check in
every 3 months, every 6 months we can run it again. But yeah, check the link in my bio to his socials, to go stream his music and to go stalk him basically if you want to do that.
Amazing.
So yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. Anything else I didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about? Anything you're working on?
Honestly, unfortunately, I have nothing to plug at the moment. I'm at a creative crossroads, but it's been super fun doing this. So
yeah,
definitely hope that you guys check out the full episode and check out all the other episodes as well. Big up this guy.
Bless.
Bro, he pulled up here today. When you hit me up, I thought it was literally gonna be a little phone setup, and bro, he came with the lights. We moved shit around in the living room. This is proper professional, man. I feel professional right now.
My G, bro. Bless up. Thank you all for tuning into the show. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a long one because the gist was vibes, yo. Share it with someone, share it with a friend that's gonna listen to it and enjoy it on podcast and YouTube. Please do not give all our energy to Instagram and just ends up in the void. Actually, please direct people to the actual podcast platform: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Bless up. Peace be unto you. Ciao.